Hey YouTube, my name is Tom Mizzle. You're watching my channel Mizzle14, and I'm here doing a review of Queen Sugar, Season 3, Episode 3, Your Distant Destiny. Now, I'm going to try to do characters by characters, so it'll be easy for me, and then I connect some scenes together. Alright? So Micah was so excited. He was so excited for his school, so excited that he got his clothes ready for the next day. So it was like, oh snap! And then he had the music blasting. So Charlie came upstairs, and Charlie's his mother, and it was like he was knocking and said, "Can you turn the music down?" And he said, "Oh, sorry, sorry." He said, "I was knocking, knocking. You didn't hear me." So he said he was excited, and she still was worried. It was like, "This is a big step. Please do what you gotta do. You keep your straight A's." And he said, "Yeah, I'm going to keep doing my straight A's." She excited that he unpacked his clothes and everything in the room, and he said, "Damn, you excited? You need to get out the house more." I said, "Damn, Charlie, damn." um, and when she was walking out, he was trying to turn the music back up, and she said, "Don't turn the music back up." You know how parents are; they know what you're going to do behind their back, and that night we're watching you. So he said, "Damn." But Mike is excited to do a public school. Remember last episode, he tried to convince his mother to go to public school because he was in private school, and after a while, first she didn't, she denied them, and then after a while she said okay, and then she said if one thing messed up, you going back. So she gave him a chance. She's still hesitant, but she gonna allow Michael to do her. So later on, Michael went to school. He walking down the hallway with his girlfriend Kiki, and Kiki asked about his schedule. She saw his schedule. She said, "Damn, now we find school together. We got no classes together." But she suggested trying to get your English class switched to her class so we could be together. But I think she said you need your mother permission or something, or talk to the guidance counselor and everything. So he said, "Okay, we'll do that." So they kissed, and she went to her class, and he continued going. Later on, Micah went to the lunchroom. So his first day at school and everything, lunchroom, and people have their cliques in lunchroom in high school. Yeah, I know I went to high school myself, and when I had my lunch period, I had a table set with me and my friends, and there was the same table we go to every time my lunch period. I mean, if it happened to have our table filled up, we have another location we go to, but usually our spot is our spot where we go to. So you know how it is, and Micah saw the group of the four teenagers that took the knee in the basketball game. So he sat there, and that's the people he took a picture of. So he sat with them, and they asked him to join them, and he asked him to join them. They introduce themselves to Micah, and Micah said, "What's up?" And then that's when his girlfriend Kiki came in, and she joined them as well. And they was talking about different things, and one of the boys was sitting on the table. So the security guard came to the boy and said, "You cannot sit on the table, and you got to get up and sit on the chair." So he got up and stand up in front of the security guard. The security guard just left out, and after the security guard left and cleared his person, he sat right back on the table. I said, "Oh boy, you so much." And I guess that's time when they decided to talk about meeting at the spot. And the girl asked Kiki, "Oh, you know the spot?" And then we used to go to it. She said, "How did I forget about the spot?" So they then went on the spot, and then I guess the girls were riding around. First, one of the girls with braids, I forgot her name. She went around in a motorbike, and then Kiki got on, and she went around. So in the midst of that, the kids, the girls asked her. She said, "Michael, what are you doing here? Why you chose to go to hit the school? You was in a private school. Why you chose to go to school?" And he told that he haven't been feel this kind of way. He haven't been around his own kind, and his other school was most dominantly white and everything. He want to be his own kind to learn and to feel the sense of himself, and that's the only way he could get that done if he go into public school. So they understand, and he could do things here at the public school what he can't do at his private school because the private school got their own set of laws and rules, and you can't do certain things and stuff. But in public school, you have free reign to do more things that you couldn't do when you go to private school. So Michael displayed that, and they understand that. So Micah was at Aunt Vi's house. Micah, Hollywood, Nova, Charlie, Ralph, Angel. I'll talk about that scene later on, but Michael was there. Michael overheard a conversation that Nova, Ralph Angel, Charlie outside Hollywood was having about Charlie um, on going to business deal with the Landrys and getting that 1%, and they feel like she was a sold out. But Michael heard that and he feel like he was disappointed in his mother and what happening, especially how everything's going through. So when Charlie got up to walk outside, she was asking Michael, "Let's go, let's go." He didn't want to go, so she felt hurt about that, and he got there. So later on, Micah sat down with Nova because he said he wanted to stay at his aunt Nova's house. So he went to Aunt Nova, and they were discussing and talking. And Micah explained that um, he didn't. He wait, Micah. He didn't understand his mother's methods, and he understand how she go about doing this, why she do this thing, why she do the things that she does, and he didn't understand that. And he wished that his mother Charlie was more like Nova. Nova said, "No, don't do that, don't do that. Your mother is a great woman. She doing this because she loves y'all, and maybe I overreacted on my approach, but I know she does it in a good heart, and I know if she has a plan, it will be executed, and she would do it well." So then later on, Micah and Charlie had a conversation, his mother, and she told him that she wasn't planning on telling him, but she glad that he heard the conversation. He said, "Why?" Because maybe because she said she wanted to protect him, she was scared, all that stuff. But Micah said he trusts his mother, and he said, "If you're gonna do this, make sure you win." He said, "Whatever it is, I will support you. I understand, but make sure you win." And she said, "Yeah, she will." So that's that. That's too much of Mike. That's enough of Micah's storyline. It was a much, but it was good to see more of Micah's point of views and his situation, his bring about, because they had much of him. They had showed him a lot, a little bit, but as I like that the season gave him more focus and his point of view and his state of mind. So then we have Nova. Remember, Nova resigned for her job as a Daily News. She working at there, and remember she had a book deal. So she had a video chat conference with a woman named Deb, a video chat. And Deb said she heard that she quit her job, and she said it was the time for change. She said she understand that, but Deb told Nova she wished they knew that she was gonna do this because all the articles that they wanted her to use for their book, she can't use them anymore. So Nova was taken aback. She was saying, "Oh my gosh, I did not know." But she said, "Don't worry, don't worry. What I suggest is that you take some time because I know it's a big adjustment. You gonna do a lot. Take some time and think about what she said. And think about a proposal that you would do and give it to us." And she's so excited to read it. And we had to prove the proposal to go on. So Nova said, yeah, she will think about it and take care of that. So later on, Ralph Angel and Nova had to sit down and they were having a little luncheon at the diner. And Ralph Angel was talking about the parolee that came late and everything, and he didn't want to mess us up because this guy, he didn't want to mess us up because the guy was late. He came with club wear. He had no experience. And Nova said, "Remind me of somebody I know." Because Ralph Angel was the same position that this boy was in before. And Ralph turned around. So Nova was like, "Don't judge him too much because you was this. And you turn around, maybe he will." So I'll touch more about that situation with the parolee and that person that Ralph Angel was talking to later when I talk about Ralph Angel's storyline. So Nova was that. So Nova asks Ralph Angel about Charlie and the deal and everything, and I guess Ralph Angel blurted out something that Charlie made a deal with the Landrys. Oh no! Before that, the reason why Nova asked that because a woman named what's her name, Miss Athena came and thanks Ralph Angel for get her job back, and when they tell Ralph Angel to tell Charlie that to thank her for giving her job back because she got a stable income now for 5 years or for some couple of years, and she could be able to work. And she's so proud and she's happy that she could be able to work back on the farm, on the Queen Sugar Mill. And Ralph Angel said, "I will tell her." So that's what Nova asked Ralph Angel. She said, "What he go about? What? How you made that happen?" And Ralph Angel told Nova that Charlie had an agreement and made an agreement with the Landrys to get that 1%, all that stuff. And he said he told her that Charlie has a plan to screw the Landrys. And Nova, as she is, she's a pro-black activist. She didn't like that Charlie is working with the Landrys at the Landry trying to steal their stuff away from them and try to destroy their father's land. So Nova was upset about that, pissed off, way pissed off about that. So they had to sit down. Remember I told you earlier that when Michael overheard his mother talk about the deal, Art Vi, Hollywood, Ralph Angel, Charlie, Nova was there, and Michael was in the kitchen. Nova straight up went straight to the thing. She said, "Oh, I heard about you got the deal with the Landry. What you did, all that stuff." And that's what Charlie looked at Ralph Angel. She said, "Oh my God, you told her?" And she was like, she explained herself. She said she got worked out a deal to get the Landry to get that 1%. And all I know was upset. Was like, "What 1%? You worked so hard and they did this, and you gonna get 1%? You sold yourself out. You sold us out." And she said, "No, I'm not selling us out. So I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. I have a game plan to eliminate the Landry." She said Landry's a debt, so she's gonna destroy the Landrys. But she needs to get in to work that out. So if nobody want to listen to her and say like that, she said, "Well, you trying to play the game?" She said, "No, I'm not trying to play the game. I'm trying to eliminate the game." So they was kind of back and forth. And Ralph Angel was back in Charlie. He said, "This is the plan. I don't think it will work." And Nova wasn't having it. They was not liking that. And so that's what Charlie got up because they was giving her the heat. And she got up and walked out. And Ralph Angel walked out behind her. And that's when she was calling Micah, and Micah didn't want to go. So that's that. So later on, when Nova was sitting down with Micah talking like that, Nova was explaining to her that your mother is a good woman, and she has a right and believe her. And he said, "I do believe my mother. I do trust her." But at the end of that scene, Micah gave Nova an idea. Remember, Nova had to get a proposal, and she wasn't thinking about doing a proposal. She had nothing planned. So Micah told Nova that what about you should do a freaking book about the farmers' struggles and the legacy and everything. And it clicks on Nova and said maybe she would do that. So later on in the episode, she wrote down things on note cards and everything, posted stuff up, and we're looking at it. And I guess she found her proposal, the Borderline legacy, the farmer struggles, the farmer land, the plot, the plans, all that stuff. So before that, she had a scene where she was taking out the Clipper articles and reading that Clipper articles, and she got a check in the mail saying that I guess a guy the name of Steve, and he said, "I'm sorry, I should have had your back." I gave her I guess her last check, and she looked at the war, said IDB Wells and everything, and that's why she told Micah that, you know what, Charlie is just like any other revolutionary leaders that we had before, who always want the chance to take the seat at the table and everything. And she has a plan, just like IDB Wells, just like Malcolm X, just like everybody else who did that. They struggled, they had a plan, they fight, and they might not do everything that was worth it, but at the same time, they did things that made a change. And like he said, that's why she told Micah that your mother is doing the same thing. And maybe I should not overreact and listen to her. And that's when Nova said, reassure Micah that your mother's doing good. So I think that's it for Nova. And with Charlie, like I said, I explained most of Charlie. Charlie's scenes was mostly interacting with the other characters, and it was one scene that Charlie had. She met with a family, and the family told Charlie that they cannot work at the farm or at the Queen's Mill anymore because they have issues that was going on. They had a family issues, and Charlie said, "Can anything I could say to get you to come back to do anything?" They said no, all that stuff. And I guess it was something about the Landry. It was some financial issues or something. And he said, "This is a land, fine land. Who owns the land?" They said the Landry. So they say, and she said, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that everything." And she said, "Whatever I can do to help such a situation, I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna fight the best of the can to get you back." And they said they thank her, and that's what the guy said. "You are your father's daughter," because he was just like that, and she just looked and gave it back. So after that little blow up that Nova and Aunt Vi Hollywood gave Charlie, Charlie walked out and sat on a porch, and she was just crying and thinking about things. Uh, and Ralph Edgy came out and consoled her and said that you doing good and all that stuff. And she just upset that Micah didn't want to come with her. She said Micah want to go with his friends. He was staying at Aunt Nova's house. And he said the boy, he understand, he's smart. He listen, he will come around. You just gotta give him time, and he understand who you, and he knows what you're doing. So that's why he could confront her. Let's go to Ralph Angel. Ralph Angel was at the place, I think the ship right there he was working at, and he was walking and he was trying to go to get hold of Blue. So they were trying to stop him to get him to play the game, card game, and he said he can't play the card game. So I guess his boss, this lady, nice little Asian lady, said, come on, be my partner, you my my spades partner, you good." And he said no, all that stuff. They had a little chit chat going on, and she said, "You gonna find yourself another lady. You gonna find well. You're a good father to Blue, and everything." He said thanks, and he said get the check. She said tomorrow we'll get out the checks. So he went to get home in Blue. So um, well, Blue, Ralph Angel had this lady home. I don't know if that's the same girl from last name. It's a different woman, but I don't know if that's they changed the woman or her name was still Tamika or it was a different woman. So they take talking to the woman. They were flirting and everything, and they got to the house. They was making out, kissing and everything. I guess they did something, and Blue was asleep. But in the living room, the lady was getting her clothes back on. Blue came and saw the lady getting dressed. So Ralph Angel said, "Blue, what going on?" And took Blue and went back to his room. So remember last week or two, or last episode, last week, his parole officer came. He said he wanted to get Ralph Angel out early of his parole. And Ralph Angel said anything I could do to make that happen. The parole officer said that some people coming out of jail and they need a job. And since you're looking for people, maybe you could give them the opportunity that you had when you got out and to work at the farm and everything. And Ralph Angel think about that. So he had one person that came out. It was a parolee. I forgot his name. He came late the first time they had that little interview. He came late. The guy said the bus was messed up. I mean, the guy just got out of jail. He know the bus system and everything. He's still trying to adjust. So Ralph Andrews said, "I'll call you. Think about this later, all that stuff." And they discussed a little bit. He said, "I'll call you. Think about it later." The guy came out, and that's when he sat down and Nova told him that gave this guy a chance because maybe he was just like you, and you came out good. So later on, he had sat down with the boy, and the guy talked about his struggles and how he didn't want to go back, and he came out. He want to work hard to make his life better. So Ralph Edgy said, he said, "Well, it's not going to be a lot of money. You're going to be working hard and everything." And he said, "It's okay. I can at least start." So Ralph Edgy gave him the application. It was a good scene. He gave him the application, told him to fill that out, and fill out the application and come tomorrow bright early in the morning on time and we could start. So I guess and then he gave him the job. And I said that was nice that Ralph Angel gonna give this guy a chance. Be the role model like you did when you came out, and he could look up to you. So Ralph Angel went back to get his check, and mind you, I think Darla was calling him, and he wasn't knowing the call. I think that first scene, he ignored that call and what Darla was calling him. And then the second time Darla called, he was going to get his check. He picked up the answer, and she was trying to talk to her. He cut her off right quick. He didn't want to talk to Darla. He called off what could. He said, "Talk to your son right here." So he went to go get his check. I think the Asian lady daughter came, right? And the daughter and they had a little small chat and they were talking everything. And he said, "We're proud of you." She did the school, and Rafael just told her that the mother is proud of you. She like that. She said, "I wish I say that in my face." He said, "Well, you know how someone is are, and then the culture they can't say that to your face or everything, whatever that culture is." But he said, "Proud." She gave Ralph Angel a check, and they was a little chit chatting together. I don't know, maybe I don't know. He was seeing that and they were talking, so he went back to the house, right? And during the time they're sleeping, Ralph Angel heard a noise. Blue was in the room, and he went to Blue. Blue took out the drawer so fast and crashed the drawer down on the floor, and that's the noise he was thumping. He said he was trying to get some PJs, and Ralph Angel like get PJs. He said he did an accident on himself in the bed and everything, and he said he wanted to tell his father other time, but he saw the lady, and he said, "Don't feel afraid to talk to me. It happens. We'll get you another player, and you go sleep with me." So he took his son, and I love the dynamic with Ralph Angel's son. I love that. It was really good. Show how a good father took the son. He didn't scold the boy for peeing in his bed. He said it happens. You will get over it in time. You go through a lot right now. So he took the boy and slept in his bed. So the lady, same lady that he messed with earlier, came and he told the lady that he can't do this. I had to be there for my son Blue. He didn't go to sleep all the way, everything. And she was not too upset. She understands. She said, "You know what? Understand. Go there and be a good father, and then everything changed. You can hit me up." So hit up. So the last scene with Los Angeles that Blue ran out the house, and I guess somebody came up. That's after he talked to the boy. After he gave the boy a job, and daughter came. Daughter came, Blue hugged, and kissed the mother. He said, "I miss you." She said she missed you too. And then he came and he just stand there and stared at daughter. And daughter saw them. They stared at each other. That's how the episode ended. That's Ralph Angel thing. Now the last thing I want to talk about was Hollywood and Aunt Vi. Hollywood was getting some haircut, and then he was talking to a guy named Randall, and I guess they was talking about getting a business deal to build start a barbershop. So Ave came in and she saw. She said, "I know you're not trying to open up a barbershop." He said, "This is the idea he had going on. He got some ideas for his shop that he could invest in." And he's excited about that. And Vardy told him, "Don't be spending your money. You just got this check and the settlement, and you can't be spending your money like that." All that stuff. And he said, "I understand. I know. I'm not gonna do that much. It's only important things I need to do." He said, "I'm gonna go shopping. I'm gonna get her things." She said, "I don't need all that stuff." So, and then as he pulled out a ring, and he gave a ring, and she was happy. She said, "Oh my God!" So that's that. She was flashing all that stuff. So, but Hollywood has a reunion coming up, and a class reunion. He went to the class reunion on Fi. He reminisced with his best friend, and they talking. And this is his old girlfriend. Doc came out. She said, "Oh, Hollywood, I need you, my old flame. I ain't seen you for a long time." He gave her a big old hug. I was like, "Oh my gosh," being disrespectful. Later on, they sat at a table, and she sat down and said that Aunt Vi. She said, "I know you. I remember you before. You Hollywood's mother." I said, "I'm probably at the dead bitch." No, Hollywood said, "No, that's not my mother. That's my fiance." And she shut her down real quick. And she said, "Oh," I said, "You thought ass. You still want Hollywood at all these long ass years, whatever." And it was even that long. He said it was like 3 months or something like that. So, so they went to go dance, and Aunt Vi danced in the bed. And she excused herself. She said, "I need to go to get some water." But she took a shared play gas, and her hand started feeling pain, all that stuff. She went outside. Hollywood came out outside and he said, "What you doing out here?" She said, thinking. She said, "No, go back in there and have fun. I want to enjoy your fun, um, kill your fun." He said, "No, I'm tired out. That friend, he could talk. I danced out." And he said, "Well, what about if I could take you home?" And she said, "I would like that," and take her home. Hi, hope y'all liked this review. That was all for Queen Sugar. It was a nice episode. It was a lot to say, everything. Hope I ain't try to go too deep because I just wanted to give you the seeds and explain some things and how that connect together. But it was a good episode. Hope y'all like it. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel. My name is Tom Mizzle. My channel is Mizzle14. And yeah, talk to you later. Peace.